What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Raiga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Taurus sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of April 20th and May 20th, then you are a Taurus sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be looking at the reasons for worry and stress for Taurus sun signs. You're probably thinking to yourself, oh, I know what causes me worry and stress, but this spread is going to take a look at the deep-rooted issues here when it comes to worry and stress, the true deep-down causes of it, and also it will tell us how to minimize or get rid of that stress. So I'm looking forward to this one. We're going to be using the Druidcraft Tarot, my favorite tarot deck, and I've already shuffled the cards, so if you would please give me a moment to cut the deck and deal the cards out, I would appreciate it. I do want to remind you that this is a general overall reading for a large group of people, so not everything is going to resonate with everybody. But if you want a specific reading where I tap into your energy, then head on over to my website, www.lightofraiga.com. And that's going to be the place to check in on free daily readings, as well as the personal readings, so that you can get your own tarot reading. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out, www.lightofraiga.com. Alright, what we're going to do is look at these cards one by one and then see what they have to say as a whole. And the first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents the heart of the matter, or the reason for worry and stress in the lives of Taurus sun signs at this time. And we've got the Princess of Swords, or the Page. Alright, so the feeling I'm getting from this card, Taurus friends, that a lot of you are kind of stuck in the ego mind, and you're worrying about things that probably haven't happened yet. I think looking towards the future with kind of a negative, what's the word? Looking at it with negative goggles, right? We kind of, how do I explain this? My words are not they're not coming to me today, I don't know why. But I get the message here. The message is you're looking to the future with negativity, right? You're seeing the possible outcomes, and you're seeing the negative aspects of them, and that's causing you to worry. It's causing you to stress. It's causing you to freak out because you only see what can go wrong. You're not seeing what can go right. You're not seeing how everything's going to play out perfectly. You're seeing how everything's going to be a disaster. And that's a choice you've made. That's a choice your ego mind has made. We got sword energy here. So to me, that's signaling that this is something that's occurring in your mind. This is something your brain is telling you is going to happen. And it's not good, okay? Because we know that our realities are being created based on what we're feeling, what we're thinking, what we're saying. And if you have a negative slant, a negative outlook, then you're going to bring those negative things into your life. And that's not what we want for you, Taurus friends. We want you to bring positivity. So we'll get into how to change this in a minute. But the main thing here I'm getting is kind of anxiety. It's kind of worry. It's kind of looking for the negative rather than looking for the positive is causing worry and stress in your life. Make sense? All right. Let's go on over to this card. This represents what you need to let go of at this time. We've got the Prince of Cups. Huh. Okay. I'm getting the feeling of emotional reactions based on this negativity. Oh, that's making sense now. What I'm getting is that your ego mind is telling you bad things are going to happen. And as a result, you start feeling poorly. Your emotions are affected by your thoughts. And so your emotions are kind of intertwining. Is that the best way to say it? With your thoughts? So your ego mind is bringing your emotions down. And I think what you need to let go of is stop getting emotional about the things that you're inventing that are going to go wrong. Okay? You know what I mean? Stop getting emotional. Stop emotionally feeling like things are playing out not in the best way possible. Oh, okay. I'm not explaining this so well. What's wrong with me? Okay, so I'll just give you an example. Let's say that your mind tells you that you're not going to have enough money to pay rent next month. Okay, that's something that's a seed that was planted by your ego mind, and then you start to feel anxiety, you start to feel depression, like you're not good enough, I can't make enough money. You start to feel like the world's against you, like no matter what I do, I'm not good enough. The emotions surrounding that seed that was planted by your ego mind. And as a result, you spend weeks in a depressive state because you can't, you don't want to get out of bed because you're feeling low. But if you think about it, that's sabotaging you, because if you need money to pay your rent, then you need to be active. You need to go out there. You need to have energy, right? But being depressed and mopey about it is actually hurting you. Okay? So your emotions are kind of hurting you when you kind of invest in the negative thoughts. You're investing emotions into negative thoughts, possibly. Again, it's not going to apply to everybody, but it's causing you to kind of sacrifice yourself a little bit. Am I making any sense? I don't know. We'll see. We'll go. If I don't make sense, please feel free to put that in the comment section, and maybe when I look back on this video, I'll understand what I was trying to say a little bit better. I'll be better at articulating it. Okay, get your words together. All right, this card here, moving on, represents the actions that you can take to improve your situation. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Give me a moment here with this one. I'm getting the feeling of being more careful, being more like tiptoeing on eggshells is kind of the feeling I'm getting. And I think what it's saying is to be more careful about your thoughts and what kind of thoughts you're investing in and how you're investing your emotions into those thoughts. Be more careful. Guard yourself a little bit better. Guard yourself from your ego mind is kind of what I'm thinking here. Is that your ego mind seems to be pretty destructive at this time for a lot of you. And it's going to be in your best interest to be a little bit more defensive, a little bit more apprehensive, a little bit more conscious and aware of what your ego mind is telling you. And if you're a little bit more cautious about it, I think you're going to start to put less emotion into it. And you're going to start to see that, the ego mind is making stuff up. This guy's a great storyteller. And the things that it's telling you is not necessarily true. It may be things that you've been programmed to believe. It may be things that subconsciously you believe, but they're not true in reality. And I think being more guarded, more apprehensive about the ego thoughts that are running through your mind, I think that's going to just help you to realize that there's no truth in them. If you understand that your ego mind is trying to sabotage you a little bit. The ego mind is such a complicated thing. Its number one goal is self-preservation. But a lot of the times, the things it'll do to preserve are destructive. And so it's not the brightest, tool in the tool shed. Wait, is that how the saying goes? It's not the sharpest bulb, okay? And so you have to bring more heart into it, I think. And your heart and your third eye will start to show you where your ego mind is failing you. And the first step is to be a little bit more guarded against the ego mind. Not to treat it as an enemy, but just to realize the truth of the situation, that it's not got some of its screws are loose. Okay, I was trying to think of another saying I could butcher, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So does that make sense? The ego mind looking at the future in a negative way, seeing the reality through negative goggles, it seems to have affected your emotions. And I think what we need to do, Taurus friends, is move away. Let's not let our emotions be affected too much by our ego mind. And the way you're going to do that is to be more apprehensive of the ego mind. Be more cognizant of what it's doing. See the ego mind for what it truly is, so you don't get wrapped in it. You don't think, hey, this is what I believe, these are my thoughts. To an extent, yes, but that's just your ego mind. You still have your heart, you still have your intuition that you have to listen to. And your ego is just one part of the machine. And if you're going to invest everything into one part, when that one part goes sour, then the whole machine fails. Okay, so let's not invest so much energy into the one part, the ego mind. That was a weird reading. I hope you guys got something out of that. Yeah. Does that make sense? As always, put in the comment section if you want to discuss this reading any further. I love to hear those things. Anyway, so that is going to be the reading. I hope it resonated. If you want a reading of your own, head on over to www.lightofriga.com, the personal reading section, and that's going to be the place to book a personal reading with me. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you got something out of it, it lets me know that you did. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put those in the comments section. I read all of them, so type away. And if you enjoyed this video a lot, then hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date on all the videos I release. I'm going to start releasing videos more frequently now that I've had my break come back. And so I hope you guys will hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Alright, Taurus friends, let's get out of the ego. Let's get into the hearts. And let's be a little bit more cautious about how we let ego run this show. Alright, so I want to wish you love and light, Taurus friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.